All right, and welcome back to Kei The Podcast, hosted by Gigi. As I said, I was thinking, and I decided to come back today, and let's finish off part two, which is the day two artists of the Masked Festival that is happening in Tokyo. The Masked Festival is a big visual kei festival taking over 3 places. I was able to find the schedule for us overseers over here. We can live stream it. That's available. I will put the link and all of that in the description. All right. So day 2. Just a reminder that, again, this is in 3 places. The 3 places are in Shibuya, Spotify O East, Spotify O West, and Duo Music Exchange. Definitely, I believe tickets are sold out, so there is no way for you to get tickets now. But if you were interested, and another fun fact that I saw on their website was that they did have a link for international tickets for those who wanted to travel all the way for this concert. They did have an international link that was available, so definitely, if Masked 2027 comes around, look out for that. And again, let's go over the day 2 artists. So the way I'm going to start this is I'm going to go through each individual band, their members, what visual kei genre they are, and then a lot of the information that I'm getting is from the website, one of my faves, V-Kei.gy, that just so happens to be like a mass database of a bunch of different visual kei artists. It seems like the most consistent, that's constantly updated. So yeah, we're gonna go with that. All right, so for our first artist that we are going to be looking into, Itorito no Mushozoku. And again, I have my busted keyboard, so that's gonna be fun. Ito. There we go. All right. Okay, cool. This looks like this is a 2-person band. They are of the Minhera genre, sounding of the metal and rock area. They are a 2-member band with supports. They came about in the year 2023 and are active. The vocalist is E, and their guitarist is Rito. So it looks like the name of this group is a combination of their name. Yeah, that makes sense. 1 and 2. Okay, E and Rito. Okay, yeah, okay, this is making sense. So, yeah, 2-member band, vocalist E, guitarist Rito. Definitely looking into the styling of some EGL there. But they're the 2 main vocal members with supports in in guitar and bass. All right, now this next group I just recently got into, that I follow their drummer online on Instagram, because he gets some really cool play-by-plays of like the behind the scenes of them setting up for their concerts and such. We are talking about Azavana. They are loud K, which is pretty accurate. They are a 5-piece band. They have a short history, so they're relatively new. They've started in 2024. It's 2026 now, so it's only been 2 years since they've been a group. Cool. All of them have come from all kinds of different previous bands too, before solidifying here. So they have their vocalist Ryo, their guitarist Shiu, their second guitarist Yohe, their bass Ryu, and then their drummer Stick. But he is the one that I follow. Definitely recommend following him because he does give some cool play-by-plays and behind the scenes of all that goes on as they are touring. And there is English subtitles if that interests and piques your interest. But I didn't realize that they've only been a band since 2024. All right, cool. Next, we have Ayakashi. They are a wafuke group, which, again, I love. I have not listened to them before, so we'll find out when they began. Okay, they became active in 2024. They are a Tokyo-based band. Definitely interested. Okay, they also changed their name to Nakiri because they were Ayakashi But now they go by Nakiri as of 2026. As of the 16th of May is when they ultimately switched to this new group name. Okay, that's cool. That's cool. Okay, so with that being said, they are a 5-piece group. So I guess when they got booked for Mass, they were Ayakashi, and now they are Nakiri. Oh, okay, this makes sense. Okay, it was because it looks like in some kind of capacity, Ayakashi was a solo project by their vocalist. And then everyone was a support member in that case, or most of the members were support members. And then it looks like they rebranded and became Nakiri. So their vocalist is Mike Tukami Ato, guitarist Mina, another guitarist Fuki, bassist Uru, and drummer Hitagi. Cool. And I think this band has always been a Wafuke, so definitely a newbie group, and definitely look out for them. That's pretty cool. Okay, let's move on to another one that I've seen around the block. But I have a strong feeling I'm gonna butcher their name. Okay. A-R-L-E. Yep, Quinn. Okay, so it looks like their name is Aruru Kan. Yeah, Aruru Kan. I'm sure people pronounce that Harley Quinn. Okay, we're gonna go with that. Anyways, okay. So, they are loud K, definitely sounding like they look like they are post-hardcore with a little bit of digital sounds and rock. We love a synth thrown in there. They are a 4-piece group as of now. They have been around since 2013. Ooh, let's... Arurukan. Arurukan is how you would say it in Japanese. They are a band that began in 2013 and have been active since. And they are part of the loud K genre. First Life as a secret band. That's adorable. Sorry. But anyway, so they're a 4-piece band with a bunch of people who have supported them in the drumming world. We have vocalist Aki, guitarist Kuruto. We have guitarist Nao, and then bassist Shohei. And then, as I stated, their drummer has been support drummers with different people. Yeah, cool. I've definitely seen them around. I've definitely heard some of their songs. Could not name any off the top of my head at the moment, but yeah, Loud K fits. That's what they do. All right, Anfil is our next group. Okay, Anfuru. They are Oshareke. Hit it up with my lovelies. Okay. They are a 4-piece band with plenty of support. Not plenty, like 2 support drummers. They have been around since 2014. Oh, cool. Their name was Gomame Rock before. But anyways, they have been active since 2014 in the Tokyo era and area. Anfuru. It was what I said. Okay, cool. Just double checking, making sure. That is, their concept is live and feel. And I think that's just a thing with Osareke and Kirakirake, is that a lot of them have a specific concept that they're going for. Cool. That's fun. But they are currently a 4-piece group with their vocalist being Shogo, guitarist being Mizuki, guitarist being Yukito, and their bassist being Natsume. Oh, I have so many bands now that I want to... Like, this is definitely making me want to get the live stream because, like, low-key, I want to hear all these artists. But the thing with the live stream is not every artist is going to be on that live stream. So remember that. I don't know. It doesn't seem like they've come out with a list of all the artists that's going to be on the live stream, but live stream is available for purchase up until June 7th because you can watch the video on demand, which is probably what I'm going to do because waking up No, waking up might not be that hard, but it's gonna be hard to watch it live for sure. Okay, so that was Anferu. Now we're going with Kakuma. They are Loud K and Minhera K. I think one thing that I'm going to do when I start deep diving is like pick a song from a group and sort of delve into their concept with that. That sounds like a fun little ad to do. But anywho, they are Loud K and Minhera K. They are a 5-piece band. They formally began in 2019. They are from the Tokyo era. And again, like I said, Minhera K and Loud K. Minhera being that genre that just may have, for some, have to be in a certain mind space to listen to. So that is all up to you. There's definitely some content warnings when it comes to that particular genre. They have their vocalist, Mako. Guitarist, Gin. Guitarist, Azami. Bassist, Yuito. And drummer, Haru. All right, and then we have Kizu. Kizu we talked about in the last one, so I'm not going to go back over them. But they are obviously performing in, I can't tell you if they're performing on a different space. I'll let you know by the end of this episode because I do have the listings of when everyone is doing their thing. Let's move on to Gravity. Also a group that I feel like I've definitely heard or seen pop up on my social media. Because again, it's in a genre that I love, which is Kira Kira K and Oshare K. Digital pop rock sounding music. We love it. Just looking at their aesthetic, I should have just assumed I should start playing the guessing game of what they are. All right, they have been a group since 2017. Officially formed in 2017. And they look to be about a 4-piece group with a support drummer. Poidal. Sorry, that's just one of the, I get excited because Poidal is a group that I like, but they have absolutely disbanded. Oh, was a roadie. Oh, these people have some interesting, I love this. I do love when they really kind of like draw the line of where some of these musicians came from, and it's like they're roadies for other groups that then kind of became their own thing. Okay, it looks like they used to be called okay, so they were Gravity. Then it looked like they moved to Gravity, Tano Shisa, Full Voltage, and then Gravity. Interesting, because a lot of them, their background is roadie, as for someone else. And then they all just became Gravity as of, what did I say the year was? Because I can't, 2017. Yeah, so 2018 they changed their name, and then I guess they brought it back. They were like, we need to shorten our name. And they brought it back to that in 2022. So what we know them all along, basically. Okay, but their members consist of vocalist Roku, Kimete guitarist. Okay. Hold on. I don't know what that means. Kimete guitarist An, Shimote guitarist Miyu, and bassist Rikuto. And then obviously some support members for drummer. But let me... Oh, okay. And then also they were part of something called Jack and Prince. So this tells me a little bit that they might be one of those manufactured groups. But again, I don't mean manufactured in a bad way, just that they might have had more of like a pop backgrounds, idol vibes, which, I mean, if you're under Kira Kira K, idol vibes are there. That's just what we are. I'm going to say the next, I definitely have them on my list because I guess we're going to have a Kira Kira day. Because we have to, because it's one of my favorite genres. But, and obviously the just the theme that I like. Yeah, just the theme that I like. So let's move on from them. But Gravity, they sound fun. They sound like they're gonna be a hyped time. All of these bands sound like they're gonna be a hyped time. So we're gonna move on to Kuromitsu. Ooh, a newbie. This group just became active in 2026. That's cool AF. They have, okay, so they have a pretty decent Okay, so their first live is going to be held at Masked 2026. So you're finding out about a newbie group that you can just already start jumping on the bandwagon. I don't know. It doesn't seem to list any. Let's see. Does it? Do they? They have a song that's out. They do have a music video. We do not know which genre, but they are definitely giving dark. So, you know, take that with what you will. All of these artists look like they have definitely been in other bands prior to this. But this is exciting. Oh my god. Okay, so if anyone gets a chance to see them in Masked, then you're seeing their freaking first performance that they get to do. That's really cool. Okay, so their vocalist is Noah, guitarist is Ryu, bassist is Sam, and drummer is Iori. So they are a 5-piece group. Yeah, keep them in the back of your minds, man. That's really cool. So I'm kind of excited for that. I love when I find really, really new groups. Like, they just debuted 2026. Visually, they look great. Their aesthetics look great. Their music looks dark. Their aesthetics also look dark. So we'll see what happens with them. All right. I love this website, V-Kei.gy, because it just has so much on it. Let's move on to Sadie. Also a group that I have heard. Yeah, all right. I figured the reason why I heard them is because they've been around the block a little bit. Okay, so they were active. Let's also listen to the prince. Sadi. Okay. They are a semi-active group. They were active between 2005 and 2015, so they started off in 2005. And then they made a resurgence in 2023. Let's see, kind of breaking it down. Yeah, so 2023, 2024, 2025, and then they obviously have this here. Their genre is koteoso. Well, actually, let's look up what this genre is because I don't know. But they're definitely loud K, which that makes sense. Dark aesthetics, love it. Very gothic looking. But it is koteosa K. Let's see what that genre is. It says metal and rock. That makes sense. This refers to two waves of visual K bands, primarily those from 2004 to 2007, who wore costumes that mixed kotake and osareke. Okay, so silhouettes of kotake and the colors with osareke with the colors, and played music with distinct abrupt switches between heavy rock and poppy choruses. And also it talks about bands between 2002 and 2003 who sublimated street fashion, jazzy rhythms, and irreverent personas. Okay, interesting. So it's kind of a mix of osareke and koteke. I love that for us. And they fall right in that with that 2005s. Ooh, there's just, oh man, I'm ready to go through history. There's some good stuff. I'm just hoping I can find all these people's music. But that is the genre that they fall under, subgenre that they fall under when it comes to visual K. All right, let's go to the next group, which is the Madna. Also a group that I definitely have heard of. Loud K and Osada K. Okay, so they are a mixture. They look real fun. They look real poppy. I think they have come up around my Instagram because they are a group that's been active since 2021. Pronunciation. Madonna. Madonna. Okay, that makes sense. Okay, cool. They are a 4-piece group with vocalist Ryota, guitarist Takashi, bassist Tomo, and drummer Ryo. The drummer was in Smileberry. Smileberry also has a little spot in my heart too because I did get a chance to see them live as well, but they are currently disbanded as we can see. That is fun. Okay, cool. We'll move on to the next group. We are going to Chanti. Okay. Ooh, this is a Wafuke. No, I was wrong. They just have one image that looks like it's Wafuke. That is not what they are tagged under, but I don't know. I haven't listened to them. They are Art-K and Shido-K. They are a group that debuted in 2013. Or started to become active in 2013. Chanti. Okay. They are a four-piece group. You have vocalist Akuta, you have guitarist Shiro, and you have bassist Nanaka Taku, and drummer Shota. Aesthetically, they look awesome. Oh, what? Okay. Man, to go to this concert or this 2-day concert, I would. If I lived in Japan, I absolutely would. Okay, next group is called Sugar. Oh, they are. Yeah, we got a Kira Kira Kei again, and then Oshara Kei with a mixture of Minhera Kei in it. Awesome, cool. They are also relatively new with a activity of 2024. Suga is their pronunciation. All right, so let's look at them a little bit. We have vocalist Nea. We have guitarist Kentaro. We have bassist Sis. And then we have drummer Yukichi. Okay, they're akachans. They're babies. They're only 2 years old. They look fun, though. So definitely, when I go on my kick, maybe it's going to be like a month worth of content of that. Let's do Super Kei Nova. They look fun as well. They are, of course, Kira Kira Kei. Kira Kira Kei. They are a four-piece group. Their history also begins in 2024. So they're relatively new. They fit into that Kira Kira Kei genre. We will get into the difference between Kira Kira Kei and Oshara Kei because it's really just like a time period situation. Vocalist is Koiki, aka King. Long name. We love that. Guitarist is Goku Kinako. Excel file. .excel. .x. Okay. Guitarist is Ikenie Shikipi. Cool. And then we have bassist Nemoto Nemo featuring Zettai Kurosu. So I'm sure their aesthetics already sound really fun. They definitely look like their concept is definitely something else. So we'll have to look into them a little bit more. But they're a relatively new group. And they have had support-based drummers in the past. Moving on to D Out. Or D equals out. I've heard of them. Yeah, D Out. Okay. No, the equal is just there. Definitely have heard of this group, giving off Princey vibes, but they fall in with the Osare Kei. Okay, so let's be stoked about that. Wafu Kei, which is also another one that I love. And then they are Showa Kaioke. Showa Kaioke. I think that means like sort of period piece, but we'll look that up in a second while that loads. That is original K bands who have the concept that references the retro Showa era between the 1930s and 1880s. So like that's kind of like militaristic looks to what Japan was wearing around that time. So that does make sense. And songs that prominently feature aspects of popular music from that time, especially aishu, which are melodies that inspire sad, melancholic and lovelorn feelings. They tend to dress in school or military uniforms that evoke that era. Okay, so yeah. Okay, going back to D Out, let's talk about how long they've been around. And like I said, I didn't know of them from a while, so I knew that they definitely were a group that's been around. So that's 2006. Let's listen to the pronunciation. Dauto is how they are pronounced. But cool. So they're a group that's been around. They started their activities in 2006. I think their first live had to be in 2007. But they were formally formed in 2006. They are a 5-piece band with a support pianist. With their hold on, wait. Yeah, I can count. Okay. Vocalist is Koki. Guitarist is Hikaru. Another guitarist is Ibuki. Bassist Reka, and drummer Naoto. What looks like a fun fact is they all look super young. So I'm curious of their ages, but they, been around since 2006. Okay, we are going to go to Dispersre. Okay, they have semi-active. I've definitely heard of this group. They are loud K, makes sense. Gothic, new metal, industrial. That's the sounds we're talking about here. 4-piece group, and they have that history. They started in 1999 and probably went on a bit of a hiatus in 2011, and then they came back in 2025 just in time for this. That's great. Disposere is what they are pronounced as. They are again 4-piece member. We have vocalist Hizumi, guitarist Karyu, bassist Zero, and drummer Tsukasa. Lots of history. We'll come back to them. Of course, we must talk about them. Let us go to our next one. We have Tokyo Hanayome. All right. Ooh, this is fun. Oh, they are giving Akira Kira Ke. I'm sorry. I get so excited. They were originally called Tokyo XXX. Then, they were a session band called Tokyo XXX. Then they were Tokyo. Then that formed in Tokyo, sorry. And then after that, they became this other project, and then they disbanded from that, and then they became what is now formally changed to Tokyo Hanayome, which they debuted, because I do think this is kind of a manufacturer group, but I can't confirm that. 2023 in Tokyo, so they too have not been around for too long, 3 years. So give it up to them. So that's exciting. That's fun. But they are Kira Kira Ke, and I do love when you get that like traditional one person in the group that just is very, very feminine. I love it. It's just, dressed very femininely or whatever. Their hair is like that, or it's just the best. Anyways, Dog in the PWO is next. They're definitely Oshada K. They are, though, however, a 2009's group. So they were active from 2009 to 2022, took a little bit of a break, and then came back in 2024. So that makes sense. They definitely fit in that Oshada K. You probably heard that. I'm not even gonna, but I think it's Popular World Orchestra is what the PWO stands for. But cool. All right. They are a group that's been around since 2009. I'm loving that a lot of groups are starting to sort of make that resurgence in the past couple of years, even though like some have obviously gone on to do like solo projects and other projects. But I do like that we are having some comebacks like that. All right. Next one is Nicholas. Their group is just called Nicholas. That's fun. They are Minherake. But that's the aesthetics that I'm seeing, except for our bright pink haired boy. But alas, it's what it be. They are a 5-piece group that became active in 2019. Their vocalist is Saku. Their guitarist is Akane. Guitarist Satsuki. Bassist Zero, and drummer is Hayate. The aesthetics. Oh, okay. I'm not even gonna try this one. This group is N-E. I think this is German. U-R-O with a line through it. Mask. Oh, yeah, maybe. Okay, so it looks like this is. So this is a specific group. They are of a bunch of different members. We have a vocalist from the group Razor, which we haven't gone into. We have a guitarist from Born, bassist from Vistlip, which is who our next one is. Okay, so this is a specific group that is something. So I think it's Nyoro Mask is who they are. I think they are made by Masked. I don't have any information on them all that much, but they have performed at the Masked Halloween Day 3. Yeah, oh, and drummer is from, hold on, there's an image that I can't read. Also still, okay, there we go. That is a kanji that I don't know. But yeah, and their drummer is from another group as well. Okay, so they're like a hodgepodge group. We love that. Here we are. Bassist is, I don't think that's the same bassist. I think I said who the bassist. But guitarist from Bizlip, vocalist from Razor. Nocturnal Bloodlust, I think, might be the drummer. But yeah, that's kind of cool. That's fun. So they are specifically for this event. All right, but now that we've talked about one of them, let's go into Vistlip. They are a 5-piece band. They are Loud K with a little bit of digital and pop thrown in there and some jazz. Oh, we love some jazz music. We'll go into them in a hot second. They're a 5-piece band, and they have been around the block. They've been around since 2007 to 2010, took a break, and have been active since 2011. Let's talk about their pronunciation. Vistlip. But cool. Okay, so they're a 5-piece band. We have vocalist Tomo. We have guitarist Umi. We have guitarist Yu. We have bassist Rui. And we have drums Toya. Next on this list, as we're getting down, we've got Blaze. Forms from former Nazare members. Okay, so Blaze. This is a group that has been active since 2025. So they're relatively new. They held their first live in 2025. They are Loud K and Minhera K, which is what they definitely look like. They look like also that they would be a little Osara K, but their images are a little on the dark side, so I'll let that slide. Vocals is Mio. Guitarist is Nero. Their other guitarist is Kururu. And then they have some support bassists, and their drummer is Hatoru-chan. Hatoru-chan. Cool. Some of them were members in a previous band that disbanded, and then they created Blaze. Okay, we are going to go on to the next person, Matenro Opera. They're V-Kei and Loud K. They're definitely metal. Let me read into what V-Kei is. But just from the image, I can tell. I think we're in that little princessy era. They are a 2000s band. They are active in 2000s in the Kanto region. They are pronounced. We'll go with that. This genre, V-Kei. Visual K bands who heavily reference themes of European royalty and beauty and typically play some form of neoclassic symphonic metal. I love it. Eclectic, new, not new, obviously not new, but definitely not one of the genres that's been on here. All right, next we have Misui, Minhera Ke. There's just some aesthetics that you just automatically know. They are a group that has been active since 2019. They are Minhera Ke. They are a 5-piece band. They have vocalist Ryu, guitarist Minato, guitarist Amane, and bassist Tetsuya, and drummer Lana. Okay, next is Mitsu. Mitsu, it looks like they're just a vocalist, but they've been around since 2015. Obviously, been a part of other groups. So this is their Visual Kei solo project. Okay, let's go with Unite. This is a group that I do know. They definitely are Osareke, my babies. They are a group that I do actually like and I have listened to. They are a group from 2011. They were active in 2011. Tokyo-based group. They are a 5-piece band with vocalist Nozomi, guitarist Shina Mio, guitarist Lin, bassist Haku, and drummer Sana. And they have been a group since 2011. Actually, I didn't know that they've been around for that long, but that's cool. Okay, then we have my boys, Roy's. I already did a little bit of a deep dive on them in the first episode because, again, Roy's has a real special place in my heart. I love them, love them, love them. I was able to see them live in 2018. But just, going in that they are Kira Kira Ke and Loud Ke, which they are definitely both. They are a group that debuted or started activity in 2009. They are actually a Tokyo-based group. But going from there, they are a 4-member group. You have vocalist Subaru, we have guitarist Kuina, we have bassist Kodai, and then we have drummer Tomoya. If you want to hear more about them, go to my first episode of the podcast that you can now find not only just on YouTube, but on Apple Music, and Spotify. Okay, next we have Ruru no One. They are Wafuke. Ooh, I'm excited. I'm excited to listen to them. I'm excited to listen to all these groups, to be honest. They are a three-piece group with their start in 2023. Ruru no Ne. 2023 start time, so they're a 3-year-old band. They're Wafuke. I'm loving that Wafuke is still sort of relevant. So, as it should be, because I enjoy that genre so much. But, anyways, they are a three-piece band. You have vocalist Yamon, you have guitarist Raku, and, Raku, and then you have drummer Kanon. And then there has been some support basses and a support drummer as well. Okay, last but not least, we have Wagatame. Wagatame, and this looks like it's a solo project. Vocalist Mike. Wagatame has been a thing since 2022. And yeah, it's just a Visual Kei solo project. Cool. Okay, so that concludes all of our day 2 performers. Now, I'm sure the next thing you're asking is, how the heck do we know when these people are performing? Great question. You absolutely can find the timetable on Masked, their Twitter page. I cannot find it on their Instagram, but you can find it on their X. But I'm going to kind of do a little bit of a breakdown of it to the best of my abilities. There are some groups that I have no idea because they are in Japanese. I'm not entirely sure which one that is. So, all of these, okay, so there's different start times, but basically all doors open at 11 o'clock at all 3 venues. Then you have O East starting at 12 and Duo starting at 12 o'clock as well. And then O West will start at 12:30. So the O East lineup is Zanvala. Then we have Zaza. So Zanvala plays for 40 minutes. Zaza also plays for 40 minutes. It looks like there is a 20-minute switch over between groups. Then we have at 3, Kodomo Dragon, Bug Lug, Lynch, Razor, Mook, and kicking it ends with Kizu. Okay, so it looks like everyone is performing for roughly about 40 minutes. I love that. So the night will end by 8:40, which is a normal Japanese concert, usually ends by 9 o'clock. O West is going to have, I cannot for the life of me see what group that is. What in the heavens is that? Is that Orsees? That might be Orsees. Their breakdown is 12:30 to 1. Sorry, 12:30 to 1. 1:20 to 150. So these are all 30-minute increments. Dexcore performs at 6:20 to 6:50. Death Gaze ends the night. I would go more in depth, but this picture is a little hard to read. I'm not gonna lie. And then we have Duo, which, Overseas is on the Duo stage. They are not on OS, so I'm not going to try to get wrong information out there. But again, Duo starts at 12:30. All these groups have 30-minute. One thing that I will give, at least for, I guess, day 1, I can't say what day 2 looks like, is that everybody has you either have a 40-minute time slot or you have a 30-minute time slot. No one is like, it's not like, oh, we're the big act at the end, so we get to have an hour performance, which I think is kind of cool that everyone is kind of the same. But they end the night at 8. They end the night at 8 at Duo. O West ends the night at 8:40, and so does O East on day 1. Okay, day 2. Day 2 has my favorite, and if I was going, I absolutely would be at O East. Starting the day off with Kizu. They're performing twice, so if you missed them the first night, you get to see them the second night. There's Azavana, and then my boys ending the night, Roy's. Again, all those groups have a 40-minute plays. Sadie's playing on that one. Vislip, all of those. Oh, I guess that makes sense that they will make their way. That group that has all kinds of different members will make their way to O West, and they will be performing as the ending on that one, they do get 40 minutes to perform on that one. But that's because there are like a bunch of different visual Kei artists thrown in there. But again, doors opening at 11, the show beginning at 12, and O East begins at 12. O West begins at 12:30 with Nicholas, and then Duo opens with a group that is all kanji, and I'm unsure who they are, but you can confirm all this information. Yeah, you can confirm all of this information on their website, not on their website, because it's actually not on their website, but it is on their Twitter, that you can find exactly who's playing when and if your favorite bands are playing. And fun fact, there's also an after party that is from 9:20 to 10. Okay, not that long of an after party that you can go to if you are in that area. So that is fun. So we're going to end that with that right here. What I'm going to do next is combine all this information that I had into sort of a podcast layout that just gives the play-by-plays of each of these bands. And then I will put that out as a podcast that's hopefully out by Tuesday. Usually I do things Tuesday at 3 o'clock. So look for that if that's something that interests you. And with that, we will have another live stream next week, probably on Saturday. We're working on a schedule. Don't know when that schedule is, but we will. If you would like to listen to my episodes about Luna Seat or Roy's, you can check out V-Kei the Podcast on Apple Music, Spotify, and YouTube. All right.